Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us is Scott Galit, CEO of Nasdaq-listed Payoneer, which powers digital payments for millions of businesses worldwide. Scott, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Jill, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And tell us how you partner with marketplaces and banks and who some of your partners are.
Yeah, sure. So part of what's so exciting about what's happening now is we see businesses across a really wide range of sizes focused on this incredible global digital commerce opportunity and the really rapid growth that everybody's seeing digitally. So the idea of what Payoneer does is we work with marketplaces and one connection to Payoneer, one partnership with Payoneer, and we give them the whole world in a trusted, safe, and compliant way. So risk and compliance services, the ability to pay anybody anywhere in the world, the ability to actually work with partners around the world with our whole network of small businesses. And we do that with marketplaces, really leading names like eBay and Walmart in the e-commerce space. And we do it with great companies in the services space like Upwork and Fiverr. And then with banks, it's really that same concept of work with Payoneer, this one partner, this one connection, and we give them the whole world. But in that case, it's for their small businesses. Banks all over the world are focused on a few really big themes and trends right now. One is the digitalization of commerce. Another is the importance of small businesses in the global economy. And the third is growing exports. And so what we do is we partner with banks around the world and we enable them to offer their small business customers a global set of tools to help them grow their businesses globally, expand internationally, increase exports, and bring actually more hard currency back into these markets. And so we've got a tremendous amount of momentum with banks around the world, leading banks like Bangkok Bank, which is one of the largest banks in Asia based in Thailand, and then even really small banks like GCash in the Philippines, which is a leading global wallet based out there.
You went public in June via a SPAC. What has that allowed Payoneer to do?
Yeah, it's been super exciting for us. I mean, we had this really exciting growth strategy before hitting the public markets, and really going public has enabled us to accelerate our investments in our four-pronged growth strategy. So the first is that we see tremendous opportunities around digital marketplaces and platforms and those ecosystems, and we're accelerating our sales and our marketing efforts there. We talked last quarter about Bukalapak in Indonesia as a big new marketplace we're working with as just another indication of just the continued growth and opportunities there. Second for us as a growth strategy is partnerships. And so we just touched on how we're working now with banks. We have a whole host of partnerships around the world that we're more actively investing to drive more growth for their small business customers, where we can work together and collaborate to create more value for each other. Third is we're really ramping up our investments in product and technology to offer new services for our customers. Things like virtual commercial cards, where we've partnered with MasterCard as an exciting service we're ramping up, working capital to help our small business customers meet their working capital needs, and merchant services, which is an area where we see small business looking to get paid directly by consumers. So these are all areas that we're very focused on. And then last is acquisitions, where we actually see a huge opportunity to expand our global platform by making more acquisitions to help our customers do more globally than what we actually are able to do organically with them today.
And Payoneer rebranded prior to going public. How is that reflective of the company? We know how important it is for companies to tell their stories these days.
Yeah, we really saw it as a great opportunity to amplify our sense of purpose. And really at Payoneer, we have this real sense that we're here to democratize access to anyone, anywhere of any size to help them achieve their potential in our digital world. And we really wanted our brand to reflect that, this notion of inclusiveness, this notion of global, universal, and really that Payoneer is here to be the go-to partner for any business of any size, anywhere in the world, to help them navigate the complexity of our digital world and capitalize on the incredible opportunities that are there. And so it really was our effort to position ourselves in a more forward-looking way, embrace our role as really an on-ramp to the digital economy, as someone who's an enabler and provider of empowering services for small businesses. And that's something that we really were excited to amplify with our brand.
The demand for digital payment systems is only getting stronger. You had mentioned before in terms of what's next for Payoneer that you were going to look at acquisitions for growth. So perhaps we talk about this on a little bit of a higher level. Do you continue to see digitization of everything growing, or was just this something that was a result of the pandemic, or do you see any trend shifting, or this really is the way of the future moving forward?
Yeah, look, we think there's a one-way path towards more digital everywhere in the world, across more parts of the way businesses do business, where they do business, how they interact with partners and customers. It doesn't mean it's monolithic and not changing. So we're seeing tremendous evolution even within digital commerce. We see platforms that used to be more just consumer ad driven businesses that are now very actively looking to weave e-commerce more closely into the way they're building their businesses. Think about Google Commerce or Facebook and the way they're building marketplaces across multiple platforms they have. And we see that as a global phenomenon. We see small businesses that used to start by selling on marketplaces really keen to build their own web stores and their own brands. And so you're seeing this play out with the trends around Shopify, Wix, BigCommerce, and other companies that are actually providing tools to enable small business owners to build their web stores and get online. We're seeing tremendous growth there. So really, there's this broadening and diversification of the way businesses go to market, but underlying all of it is increasing digital activity, whether it's, again, even a corner store. We see more actively engaged now with how they actually advertise, promote their business, connect to customers, get payments, and the way they kind of are blurring the lines between online and offline. So digital is really becoming a key underlying theme. And again, we think that means more opportunities, but also more challenges. And we find small businesses in general continue to need help. And we're excited to be there to actually help them succeed and achieve their potential.
All right, Scott, great insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.